All right, the results are in. Thank you so much, everyone, for watching those two videos yesterday. Some of you watched them both more than once on different devices in order to give me as much information as you possibly could. And just as a quick reminder, in case you missed yesterday's, I did a video in 4K and I did another video in HD, standing right here. I didn't do any editing to the videos, unlike this one where I will do some edits to improve the color and the tone and all of that. But I did post them. They were both 2.5 minutes long, and I rendered them out of DaVinci Resolve in 4K and HD. I uploaded them to YouTube in 4K and HD. And here are basically the results. So if you were watching on a phone, or if you were watching maybe on an iPad, a smaller screen, there was very little difference between the two videos for most people watching. A couple of people, it was interesting because a couple of people thought that the 4K video was exposed a little more, was a little brighter on my face, and other people thought the HD video was a little brighter on my face. And I can tell you that from my own perspective of doing the edit, the HD video was brighter for me, but I think that's because the 4K is crunching everything so much, it takes up so much light to do that. If you were watching on a 4K large monitor or a 4K TV, there were noticeable differences. And people were saying that the 4K was much crisper, much cleaner, much clearer. And in most people, regardless of their opinion of which one was which or what they saw, most people, the vast majority of people, said that if they were only to watch one of them and not the other one, it really wouldn't matter to them. That they were fine either way. And the reason this came up for me is because I was watching something about cinematic videos where you're trying to make something that looks more like a movie than a YouTube talking head kind of video, or the kinds of things where I'm walking around the park or whatever. But if you're trying to do a cinematic video where you're controlling the light more, maybe you're using the Blackmagic app in order to get things darkened down and you have a lot more control, a lot more manual control over the way things are recorded, that 4K works against you in that instance, because most of us like a kind of a grainy look to the videos that we watch in the theater. They have this grainy overcast to them. And that's on purpose. It's not necessarily the way they video, it's the way they edit. And it was pointed out in a couple of videos I was watching that 2K rather than 4K gives you a little more softer look. A lot of people did mention the fact that in 4K you could see all of the detail of my face, which unfortunately is very true, including the spots that come up when you get older. I notice them. Sometimes when I'm doing videos, I notice that if I haven't shaved in a couple of days, like now, that the beard really stands out in 4K. So then, that kind of left me a decision. Which direction should I keep going, or should I change direction? And I have decided after yesterday that I'm just going to keep making everything in 4K. I like the way that looks better on my TV, and that's the way I want to go. Somebody asked me if YouTube promotes videos more if they're in 4K than if they are in HD. And I don't really know the answer to that question, but I think the answer to that question is no. As long as the video is getting engagement and people are watching it and commenting on it and hitting the like button, and my regular viewers are watching the video, then they will push that video out. So it answered a few questions for me, and even though it is a little more time consuming to get the 4K video off my phone onto the computer using AirDrop when I do that. And even though the upload doesn't really matter anymore since I've got this 1 gig speed from EPB, but the processing time on YouTube's end takes longer for 4K than it does for HD. Because once they get it uploaded, you will get this message that says, we are processing this up to 4K. And so, that can take 30 or 45 minutes before the video is even viewable. So anyway, it was an experiment I needed to do for myself, and I appreciate you all playing your part in it and helping me out. I'm going to continue to do 4K. I'm not going to worry about the other. I like that better because I watch all my YouTube pretty much on my large screen TV, and I want it to have the detail. So thank you very much, and we will get back to our regular programming tomorrow.